welcome back to Lakeside Farm. Today we want to address one of the issues that is disturbing so many goat farmers here in Uganda and in so many other places, and that is off and pink eye. First, I'll talk about off. I know a lot of people may not be so familiar with the word off. Those wounds that come and cover the mouth and lips of your goats are what we call off. And off is basically caused by a virus. It's a viral infection, and most people will tell you that when it gets to your goats, you have to let it run its course. But personally, I refuse to do that, because the way we got it because since we don't stay here and we're not always on the farm, when we were away, these people relapsed on hygiene issues. We found out that under the goat's pen, there was a lot of urine, and also goat's dung was also down there. And because these two were mixed up, flies were able to breed from underneath there. From the experience that we have had here, I've discovered that off cannot just disappear if you don't do anything. You have to take certain steps, and these steps are what I'm going to describe for you next. Number one is make sure where your goats are sleeping is clean. Make sure you don't leave urine and dung lying around. Why am I telling you this? When you leave urine and dung lying around, the flies that transmit off will be able to multiply because they breed from that dirt, what you have left around, the urine and the dung you have left around. And the more these flies breed, that means you're going to have an influx of flies. And when those flies go and land onto an animal that has off, they will carry it from there and then transmit it to an animal that hasn't yet had the virus. Before you know it, your entire corral or your entire herd will have off. Biggest challenge now with off is when it gets to your goat kids. Because these kids are still growing their immune system, they need to be feeding all the time. And now when off comes and covers their lips and their mouth, they cannot suckle from their mother. And because they cannot suckle and they need a good immune system, they will deteriorate. They'll stop growing fast. And if you're not careful enough, you'll actually lose them because they are not able to feed. So for us, what we do here is we don't just let it run its course. And what we did, we made sure we came and told these guys to clean around again. We made sure under the goat's pen is clean, everywhere is clean. We made sure there is no urine lying around, there is no goat's dung that is lying around the pen and the corral. And we still took it upon ourselves to find out how we can control this. We got an antiseptic liquid from a pharmacy. Human pharmacies, they have these antiseptic liquids, and we were applying it on the lips of each goat that was infected with cotton. But what you have to ensure is that you don't use the same cotton on several goats. Every time you're finished with a piece of cotton, discard it, fill another piece of cotton with antiseptic liquid, and wipe around the blisters and the wounds on the goats. When you do that, it will stop flies from landing and settling onto that animal. And because that flies cannot settle onto that animal, the wounds will not be infected and the wounds will be able to dry. And because also that these flies are not picking the virus from these infected goats, they cannot transfer to those animals that are not yet infected. So there you are breaking the cycle and the speed at which the infection multiplies. If you do not take any steps and you want to just let it run its course, it's going to take a big toll on your goats, because if your goats cannot feed well because they have wounds and blisters on their mouth and in their lips, they cannot feed and their immune system is going to deteriorate. When the immune system deteriorates, that means even the goats that you expected to conceive on time will not conceive on time, because their immune system is low and the nutrition is not good, and that stops you from making profits. Because we know that how we make profits with animals is when they are multiplying. But if they are not multiplying, you are not making any profits. And if this disease is stopping your animals from multiplying, it's also stopping you from making profits. And a lot of people have said that They've been told that goats produce twice a year, but that's a lie. No, it's not a lie. What you have to do is to ensure that your goats are in a very good health condition, that they don't have diseases that are affecting them, they don't have worms that are affecting them. They will be able to give birth twice a year, because the gestation period of a goat is 5 months. A year is 12 months. So that means every 5 months you have babies. A goat takes only 18 days to come back on heat. So take care of your goats. Make sure you don't have any diseases like OMF affecting them, and they will be able to give you kids twice a year. Now, pink eye. What pink eye is that disease that comes and clogs the eyes of your animals. The eyes will turn pinkish and sometimes they turn grayish. And when you see those signs, just know that your goats are going to become temporarily blind. But if not taken good care of, they will even continue for a long time. They cannot see food. And if they cannot see food, the nutrition is going to be bad. When the nutrition is bad, these goats still cannot conceive, and you will end up having babies perhaps once a year or even nothing in that year. So what you have to do is fight these diseases. For us here, how we fight pink eye is almost the same way as we fought OMF. What we do is to ensure we do not have any urine that is lying around and providing a breeding place for flies. So what do you have to do next? If in case your animals went blind, still take the same steps. Use the same antiseptic liquid with a clean piece of cotton and rub around the eyes. Make sure you don't have any dirt that is left on their eyes, and get what we call tetracycline. Drop 2 drops on each eye in the morning, around midday, and in the evening. And within a short while, you'll see that your goats will be able to see again. The pink eye will have cleared. But if you don't take those steps, yes, the goats may clear and may see again, but it will take a long time. And the more these animals take without being able to see, the more they will be feeding less. So take all those precautions, and in case you have just like 2 or 3 animals that you see that have this problem, isolate them. Put them in a place where you can feed them very well so that they don't lose their immunity, and make sure there is water and food in that place. Also, ensure that you take good care of them. You clean their eyes, you keep them in a clean environment so that you fight pink eye and it doesn't spread. Usually these 2 things spread because we don't take precautions and we don't take care. But if you take care early enough, you are able to stop this virus from spreading among your animals. That's all we have for you this time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, see you then.